Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Martin Dwyer and I'm the Training Manager at Yamaha Motor Australia. Today I'd like to share our experiences with the partnership with CBCC. I apologise for not being available this morning, but I'm actually up in Brisbane doing some partnership work with our partners there and some of the schools, organising some training for some of the students up there. So my apologies for that, but I hope that what I can convey to you today through this video will give you an insight as to what our experiences have been. First of all, I'd like to perhaps give you a bit of a rundown on our company and what we do. Yamaha is a fairly well-known and respected brand in the motorcycle industry and also in the marine industry. We are the national distributor within Australia for those products, and as far as the retail side of our business is concerned, we have a network of around about 200 dealers Australia-wide and also in New Zealand that provide the sales and after-sales service for the products that we market. Our business, of course, is very much involved in the leisure type of industry, motorcycles being a leisure type product and marine products being a leisure type product, although some of our business is also commercial, and in fact we are quite big in the commercial field for marine. As far as the size of our business is concerned and our position in the marketplace, we are either number one or number two market share for motorcycle consistently, and have been like that for a number of years. For marine, we've been number one in the market for about the last 6 to 7 years. So we are a key player in this particular field. We do have some challenges though, and what we found about 3 years ago was that we were starting to experience some loss of talented technicians from our dealer network. Now, of course, this had quite a big impact on our ability to continue after-sales service to our customers, because, as you're probably aware, being mechanical devices, they do require maintenance and service, and having a network that's fully staffed with skilled people is a very, very important thing for us to have. But as I say, 3 to 4 years ago, we had some problems with loss of staff from the dealer network, primarily as a result of the mining boom. And we thought at that time that we needed to find a way to address that. And we started thinking about things like contacting high schools and so on, and careers advisors, to try and basically get the word out to young school leavers that our industry was looking for people, and that the types of careers that we're offering were quite exciting and interesting. We did flounder a little bit in the early stages, not knowing who to go to and what to do, but then CBCC came to our rescue and basically provided us with the connection to the schools and the students, and gave us the opportunity to make that, or give those students the information that we felt we needed to give them so that they could make an informed choice when it came to choosing a career after their school life. Of course, CBCC were very instrumental also in when we started the partnership. We're very good in keeping all the partners focused. It involved in Sydney a couple of high schools, and of course ourselves, and the partnership broker were very instrumental in keeping everyone on target and focused on what we were doing. And it was quite good, particularly for me, because one of the things that in our business, of course, is that we're generally running fairly tight when it comes to resources, and having this as an extra project meant that not only myself but quite a few of the staff that I work with were asked to do some extra things, and it did have a little bit of an impact on us. So it was good to have that extra work, I suppose, done by CBCC. A little bit of history. We started the partnership off in 2011 with a couple of schools in Sydney, and we started providing a little bit of training to some of the students and We gave them some information about what it would be like to have a career in our industry, and that worked quite well. We then, in 2012, developed it a little bit more and basically stepped it up a little bit and made it a bit more of a fun thing for the students. What we did is we started what we call the Student Grand Prix. Now, the Student Grand Prix was a spin-off from a Technicians Grand Prix, which is an event that we hold every year for our technicians in the marketplace. Basically, it's a skills contest, and what we do is we ask the technicians to come along and show exactly how good they are at what they do, and of course we provide rewards for those that do really well. In the case of motorcycle, the parent company in Japan actually operate and run every 2 years a World Technicians Grand Prix. So we send our winner from Australia and New Zealand across to Japan, and they compete against other distributors other Yamaha distributors around the world in a World GP. And in fact, I'd like to say here now that we have won that event on one occasion. So it's just probably a good example of just how good the training system is here in Australia in relation to TAFE and that. So that's been a good thing for us. Now, as far as we're concerned, having businesses engage with schools, we believe is a very good thing. It's very, very important, I think, for the students to get a good understanding of what it's like to leave school and join the workforce. I think a lot of them, when they're in their latter years of school, are probably a little bit unsure exactly what to expect. And I know from our experience, having spoken to the students and provided them with a little bit of time and a little bit of information, I think has been very good for them in their understanding of what to expect when it comes to their working life. The Business Support Youth Network, I think, is a very good scheme. I think it's something that I would encourage all businesses to get involved with. It's something that's going to help. I know in our situation here, while it's still early days for us and we're still waiting to reap the benefits of the information that these students now have about our industry, and I'm sure in time that it will benefit us and our dealers in respect to having more technicians in the marketplace. And of course that would obviously relate to other businesses as well. If any other business that got involved in such a program, I'm sure would reap the rewards in the long term. For us, it provided us with, as I said earlier, the awareness factor. It was important for us to get the information out to the students in respect to what was available to them in the marketplace for their career. The other thing that we found too was the interaction that we had with the students we found was very beneficial. In fact, a few people we've spoken to have indicated that students at school, and as I know as a parent a long time ago, that students at that time don't really listen too much to what their parents have to say. They don't necessarily listen too much to what the teachers have to say. But when it comes to businesses and people that are actually working in the real world, they do tend to listen and learn more, I believe, from businesses and people that are actually working than not. So I think that is a good part of what we do, is to be able to provide that first-hand knowledge and information and experience for the students to learn about those things, and it's in a way real-life experiences. I touched on earlier a little bit about our resources. It can be a little bit resource consuming. There's been a little bit of a spin-off in other areas for us, because we've found that I've had a few of my staff involved in helping with these projects and helping with the instruction for the students, and I'm finding that they're starting to learn a little bit more about what students are like. And I think, in fact, I had one of my staff who was having a few problems with his 15-year-old at home, and He wasn't particularly interested in helping me at the time because he was a bit worried about what the experience would be like, but he did find after attending that training that he'd learnt that not all 15-year-olds are perhaps like his 15-year-old, and in fact he found that they were quite obliging and quite polite and quite interested and wanting to learn. So it was a good thing from our point of view and from that particular staff member's point of view to see that these students are very interested in wanting to know more information. So that was a good thing for us. For the future for us, we want to try and make this, expand this as best we can. We've already got the TAFE colleges looking at some Certificate 2 courses that are going to help us to get some of these students that are now have some interest in what we're doing to want to join the workforce and start their training while they're still at school. So that's been a good thing. And of course, for us as well, it's having the dealers involved in this program, which is a very, very important part of it. Because at the end of the day, if we don't get their involvement and their interest, then obviously we're not going to get these students into the careers in our industry, which is obviously one of the key focuses that we have. The other thing that we're finding too, from the dealer's point of view, and for the dealer's benefit, is the fact that by us going out as a distributor and speaking to the students and finding out those that are really interested in wanting to continue, we're able to sort of help the dealers select the best candidates for the types of jobs that they have on offer. We're certainly proud to be a part of this Business Support Youth Network. I think from our point of view, it's going to be very beneficial to us, and certainly it's going to help us grow our business. We, at this point in time, don't see any real numbers of students going into our dealerships, but it's a long-term project for us, and we're in for the long haul, and it's the only way that we're going to get back to a level of technical expertise in our marketplace that is so essential for us to grow our business. Thank you for your attention.